Hey, Bohemian with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Readings. And we're going to do another one, of course. So, today we're going to see why are you bored in love? Okay, you could just be bored with your boo. It could be in general you realize that you fall in and out of love very quickly, or you just can't seem to find a suitor worth having a crush on. Sometimes you just like, I want to have a crush, but there's no one to crush on. All right, even though you see him on the video, true. Okay, anyways, you still don't pay him no attention. Let's see. So, what can we do to get you a little more invigorated in your love life, enjoying yourself, and not just in here bored, honey? Okay. Now we have six options. We have goat, basketball, heart, painting, hibiscus, and piano. Go ahead and pick one of those, and I'll see you on your timestamp. You can even pick more than one, okay? All right, why are you bored in love? We're gonna get some tarot, some oracle, and see the answer, because we gotta know what's up with this. Why are you feeling bored in love? This is one of Ace of Wands, the roots of fire. It's so interesting how sometimes when we have too much energy or just like an intense burst of energy, we can actually get exhausted, right? Um, when we can't act the way we want, take the actions we want, utilize our passion, you can feel exhausted, depressive, stressed. So this looks like you guys aren't so much bored as you are lacking an outlet for action, okay? You might want to take new actions. You might be in a state, yeah, you said, where's the surprise? Where's the aha moments? Where's the shaking it up going on? Where's it at? How do I utilize my firepower? Okay. Some of you could be like, you know, considering the consequences of going out and letting your fiery self, your sensual self, your steamy self out there, because you're like, as soon as I do that, it's going to be a ruckus. There's going to be responsibilities. Okay, we got the pregnancy card. But here it's like you're full of just so much fire, and you want to create something, you want to stir something up. So the vibe here is like, go for it. Because if you don't use it, it looks like y'all just get cranky and mean. I don't know about losing it, but okay, you lose your patience. You get frustrated over here. All right, nature lover. So it's like you have to just admit that this is part of your nature, okay? It's just part of being human that sometimes we feel bored because we can't utilize our passions the way we want. And sometimes we have to be the ones who go out and seek a new outlet. It's a message to the person. Message the person. Go out to where you can find people. Do something with this energy besides contain it and hold it in and be frustrated and feel limited within yourself, okay? Because this ain't going anywhere. All right, your libido ain't shrinking anytime soon. It's saying you trying to hold away out of shame or embarrassment or whatever is not a smart move. We have a Virgo card reverse, Mercury card reverse here, Earth reverse, the Hermit card. The nine is saying get out of this like imposed solitary confinement, whether it's just like a mental space or a literal space, okay? It's not a Rubik's Cube. All right, this is a simple solution. Think like a fire sign who has no more patience. They're just gonna act, 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 go with their passion, and just let their instincts in their body lead them. Okay, we're leading away from nine energy, which is like overly sacrificial and like overly spiritual and stuff, into six energy, which is more towards the Lover's card. We're making decisions and choices about bringing ourselves into situations where we can interact with others. Okay, Two of Pentacles, decisions and choices. And for me, this card is all about business and pleasure, because the Two of Pentacles you can see on the traditional card where they're juggling the upright and the reverse pentacle. So it's kind of mind over matter or matter over mind. Which one do we want to handle? Our responsibilities or the things that we want? And in the Two of Pentacles, since it's a choice card, we get to decide how much of this and that to mix, right? How much business, how much pleasure. It's our determination of what the balance is for our bodies, our time, our resources. So we have Jupiter and Capricorn here. You guys need to embrace the fact that you can plan, right? Capricorns are big planners. You can plan and add into your life the ability to have a bit more sporadic entertainment, the ability to make yourself be the life of the party, to follow your instincts and get a bit more of what you want and admit what you want. I feel like some of you, you just won't even admit that you want to, let's say, use your sexuality in different ways than to just create new life. Or that you want to DM someone, or that you want to just, dress sexy just to dress sexy, whatever it is, okay? That you want to have a partner. Some of you are like, no, it's like for some reason we have the two sides of the Two of Pentacles here. On one side we have a Pisces card, Ten of Cups, Mars and Pisces. Mars is our actions. This is a Mars card too, Ace of Wands. So going towards your wants and desires, towards your happy ending as you want them, and being very honest about it. And then on the other side, we have, no, 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 we can't do that. Don't even admit it to ourselves. Be very embarrassed, right? Hide it, criticize ourselves, be excruciatingly, boring do anything in order to hide the passion that we have. So here it's really leaning towards this side. Why are you bored in love? Because you're hiding too much of your juicy good self. You need to just let yourself act. You need to let yourself stand out. You need to let yourself strike the match, okay? And just go, swing high, swing for the fences, okay? As if you're gonna get this home run, and just run towards that Ten of Cups instead of worrying. Worrying is keeping you bored and stressed right now. So you might as well just let yourself take action, okay? Yes, we have fake fears here, fears reversed, and wishy-washy is for dishwasher or dishwater. So get out of the negative Virgo mode, go towards dreamy Pisces and fiery energy, and you will have a much more fun and invigorated love life, okay? That's what I'm seeing. Talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, hey basketball group. We had the goats and we had basketball. Didn't even do it on purpose, but goat things. Always having basketball. Look at the crown right here too. Okay, let's see. Why are you bored in love? Okay, why are you bored in love? We already have cards trying to jump out. That was quick. We have a lot of cards. You got reasons. Y'all got so many reasons. You said, well, first of all, we have an Eight of Wands reversed, abandon. Ooh, Saturn and Pisces, and that's getting ready to start as I'm filming this in 2023. You might be seeing it years later, but well, actually, years later, there's still going to be Saturn and Pisces for the most part, besides a little retrograding back and forth into like 2040, etc. So Saturn and Pisces here could be affecting your natal chart, could be making you feel restricted a bit, or making you focus on your soul tasks. And so that could be a reason why. Eight of Cups reversed though says we're not leaving vibrations that we need to leave. The bicycle here gives nostalgia. So you could be hung up on an old first love. You could be hung up on, well, the people in this city I used to live in dated this way. And oh, well, I wish it was like how we dated in high school or middle school or college or whatever. So there's something here where it's like, I don't want to be abandoned. I don't want to let go of my notion of love. We're not allowing Saturn and Pisces energy, which means like karma daddy and unconditional love energy, to teach us what real love can be, so we can leave negative vibrations of love and go into true romance, true love, true muse and adoration and stuff. Instead, we're keeping a limited form because we think that's all we're going to get, right? And you see that even in the like extensively in the tarot community, in the spiritual community, those mindsets still being prevalent, and people being very addicted to those like big clouds of energy like that, right? But it's not really a healthy, full-fledged kind of love vibe. So when you guys experience that, you might get stuck in it a little bit, but you sense it, like your spirit knows it ain't right. So you get bored. You get bored with those connections. You're like, man, I was all on a buzz because, oh, karmic this and that with this person, but now I'm bored. So it's like you know that it's not edifying your spirit. Like you might get frustrated when something doesn't feel like how it felt, dating someone, like I said, high school or whatever. But then you also sense like that you've grown beyond that. So it's like we're in between growth phases right now when it comes to your love energy and your love IQ, your emotional, spiritual IQ when it comes to love and relationships. Points of unity here. They're literally analyzing together. This is another Capricornian Mars or Capricornian Saturn card, and it's Mars here in Capricorn. Three of Pentacles. So literally, that's exactly what they're doing. Like, how much unity do we have? How do we break it down? How are we contributing to a connection? Some of you could be working too hard on your connection. Definitely people who have strong Capricorn in their chart, they do. They make it like a job to like study their marriage, study their partner, study the dating scene, and try to crack the code and figure it out. They're such realists in so many ways when it comes to dating. So some of you could also have extreme like perfectionist interactions, because this the Three of Pentacles deals with artisans, right? We quite often see a muse, an artist, and then the person with the blueprint or the person paying for the artwork kind of vibe. So some of you could be exhausted because you just feel like either you've overanalyzed everything or you're sick of being overanalyzed by everyone when it comes to love and dating, and you're just done with it. Some of you have invested a lot. You invested even in your bodies, whether it was gym memberships, surgeries, whatever it was, to really try to, clothing, hair, try to fit certain ideals. And so again, we have this like, I'm neither here nor there. I'm really getting bored of this. I think you guys are tired of like capitalism and love, things like that. At the same time, you don't want to like divest from that path, because what if it works? What if that you do get a marriage that way, or you do get a relationship that way, the way everyone else does? It seems, so it's kind of like this in between place. Like, should I just do it the way that they say, and should I just like pay for the matchmaker or buy into this or get this outfit and look this way, this and that? Or should I be over here like deprogramming from that and trying a different way and find someone who already sees me as a beautiful work of art? What do I do? What do I do? And then that just ends up feeling boring. You just like Five of Swords. You're over here arguing with yourself. You're arguing with them. One moment you might relate to this group's way of thinking. The other moment you might relate to this group. Survival. Wow. Survival is exhausting. The microscope. I felt that here. You guys felt under the microscope. And here it's like a plant that does have roots that can move around, but where's your resting place? Where do you get to relax? Where can you find a like mind? You guys want friendship, you want community, you want a business connection also with your partner. You want to be able to show your full-fledged self, but it seems like you can only find kind of people who just interact with just certain parts of that. So if you're in a marriage, you might feel frustrated that you don't feel fully seen and connected with your partner, or that there's not development on all levels with your partner. We have Venus and Aquarius, and Venus and Aquarius in general can actually fall in love intensely, but also like be done and detach and fall out of love with people. So some of you just have it in your astrology. We have the Sun card reverse, so we do have an Aquarius Leo face off going on here as well. Yeah, some of you just are very disenchanted. You're like, really, this is what it's like. It's much more a business, or it's less flattering too. Some of you did reach that pinnacle of like optimum beauty or attractiveness, or dating somebody who was like really successful or whatever, and then you're like, that's it. this is this is it. It's just kind of like dating someone from back home. Like, it's not that much different. Like, this is all. Some of you are tired of being on the pedestal. You're tired of dealing with people's weird reactions to being like obsessed with you or whatever. So overall, I just feel like you guys are a little bit disenchanted, a little bit jaded, a little like very exhausted. You do want to have that romantic childlike heart when it comes to dating and romance, but at the same time, it's kind of like, again, this is it. This is it. So let's see, what do we do? I'm moving forward. Any further insight? I think you guys are tired waking up. Spirit's advice is to let yourself fully wake up. Don't stay in between these growth periods any longer. You might be afraid, well, if I change, I might not do X, Y, and Z to get these people's attention. What if I lose my following? What if my community changes? What if who I would date or marry completely changes? But I feel like it already has. Like, your taste buds keep changing and what you want in love anyway. So even if you put your time in it, one thing earth signs have to decide, like, you have so much Capricorn energy in this reading, is like, do you want to pick something that you're going to be miserable with that outcome just because you've invested time in it? Like, earth signs will do that and stay at a job they hate or a marriage they hate just because they don't want to say they were wrong, and that well, I don't want to waste 10 years of my life. Okay, so you're going to waste 30 more? You know what I mean? So sometimes we can be overly so-called realistic to the point that we're not realistic. And that's why your Saturn in Pisces is reversed. Sometimes that dreamer energy is the real reality that you need to focus on to create your new self. We have to understand that we can't just manifest it, but hold on to our current reality. If we manifest it, we got to step into that reality and let go of what we're holding on to. So that is the big advice here for you to find more joy. You have patterns, because otherwise you're just going to be doing the same exact thing in the next 10 years, the next 19 years. It's better for you to rush into a new vibration and at least try it on and see if it works or not than to stay in this current energy, okay? They're saying the romance that you want is not going to happen in this situation. Some of you need to stop trying the same zodiac signs. Like point blank, at this point, you know if you have, yes, you might be addicted to a certain sign. You might be addicted to a certain sign or something, but you said, but I don't know this one. When you get really good at astrology and your aspects, like very specific configurations of natal charts, if I date someone that has Moon square Mars, trine Mercury, it hits my chart this way, with these signs, and I just need to leave it alone. Like it's not in the cards for me. It's not my destiny. I need to leave it alone. But then you meet the other person, you're like, yeah, but I haven't dated this one. I dated 35 other people like that, but not this one with that configuration. Maybe they're saying leave it alone. For this pile, your advice is leave it alone, okay? You don't need to date another Todd Charles who was born on the 5th of May, okay, with Mars squared Moon, square Pluto. Like, leave it alone, okay? Anyways, I'm going long on your reading. Let me go ahead. I got like 4 more piles. All right, but like, share, subscribe, and comments what I'm seeing for you, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, hey, heart pile. Why are you bored in love? Y'all are so cute because you're like, I'm still gonna believe in myself and choose the heart group. So let's see what's going on. Some of you might be like, well, so and so. If they would just Ace of Pentacles reverse, I knew it. I felt it. Some of you are thinking, well, if so and so would just propose, or if this person would just, my love language is give me stuff. If my partner would just get it together a little bit. All right, the roots of the earth is reversed. So y'all could be dealing with earth energy, very practical or materialistic leaning kind of themes as to why you feel bored. Some of you is health, time, wealth, that kind of thing. You might feel like, well, until I get this bag, like I ain't got time for that, what am I gonna put my love in? I want a house, okay, I want a car, I want some food. I'm not trying to think about love. Lover boy who, Capricorn Taurus Virgo energy here, feeling reversed. 4 Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are trying to make a record. Point blank, hey. Oh, I got my fellow artists on here. Yeah, you're like, this album's not gonna write itself. We have strong Capricorn energy again. We've had that in another pile. I think actually 2 piles, but yeah. So you could have business things that you're trying to focus on, and you could feel like, I think some of you might have even sacrificed maybe your career path, or inadvertently, maybe through dating and breakups and different things like that. Like you sacrifice years, like 1 to 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Could be 4+ years. And so you just feel like, where's my time? Where's my investment? I need a check or something dealing with these people because, what am I supposed to do over here? 6 of Swords. Now, I'm very happy to see that a lot of you have moved on from toxic relationships, but you're like, it costs. Literally, I had to move my house. I had to pack up my stuff. It's the world. It costs. What can we say? And so I feel like here you guys want healthy relationships. You definitely want, love and healthy vibes, good vibes for sure. But, it's understandable that it just seems like, why would I spend my time and investment, with other situations if I don't get anything back from them? Like, where can I see the effort? Where's the initiative from other people? It looks like people have been very immature that you've dealt with when it comes to love, or people that you couldn't depend on, people who are trying to be fiery. I think some of you have definitely dealt with people or dated people who were trying to make it big. They were maybe moving, going to city to city, New York, LA, whatever it was, trying to get their lucky break. Um, Something like that. You guys might also literally be like, that's the path I'm on. I'm trying to get my break. I'm trying to invest in myself. So it just feels like, something that is a little bit more tedious almost. I feel like though with the Four of Pentacles reversed, you guys have been very open, and you guys could have given a lot to others. You could have given, you might have been the partner who was paying the rent or given a lot of gifts. You might have again paused your time frame with your studies or your skill sets and stuff in order to try to care for a partner, date, find the right person, the home of fire. I would say here already, I can tell that that's not really the path for you. They're leading you spiritually to find connections where you have someone who's a helper, somebody who they also contribute towards you. Sixes are about balance and the scales. Like the Six of Pentacles, you see this, the scales on. And so this is saying like you deserve somebody who, when you have a little time, they can help carry the relationship. They can carry the team for a minute. And then because you guys, I feel like you're very willing to do that for your partner. Like if your partner had any kind of concern, you'd be like, look, babe, I got it. I understand broke your foot, knock on wood, you can't go into work or whatever. I got you. So some of you, it's just been that kind of matter of things. Now, for those of you who you do have a very, very, very invested partner, this could be a select few, but I feel like you could feel guilty. So if you're somebody who's very kept by your partner, or in the past you had a partner who sacrificed, who moved for you, who gave their funds for you, maybe you dated someone and took their golden years or something like that, you could have a lot of guilt with that. And so that could be why you don't want to start new connections. You don't want to feel like you owe a partner or that you're indebted to a partner. Some of you saw that with your parents. You might have saw one parent sacrifice like everything to take care of the other one, and then you're like, yeah, but then this parent never knew how to give back. They didn't know how to like contribute as a partner. Maybe to the family they did, but to their partner in a romantic sense, they didn't know how to give to them individually and kind of, realign. Yeah, so I think compatible differences, you've seen a lot of incompatible differences and experienced that. People who weren't serious. Yeah, so I think that's where this comes from. So for you, it ends up just being like, this is boring. I don't like this. Let's just move on. Or am I boring my partner because I don't know what to do? They're telling me. Some of you had like the partner who's just like, hey, focus on your dreams. Don't worry about it. I make enough. We moved to the city you like. Just start your YouTube, whatever. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Like, I actually read for people a lot like this, where it's like the relationship is perfect and their partner is like perfect, but they have like a lot of guilt and they feel kind of bored and they don't know if they should leave. They feel restless in the connection because they're not sure how to move forward. So the advice here is be iconic. Like let yourself, social media be like that. I knew there were some influencers. I felt there are people who want to be. Okay, they said admire the sugar money. I told y'all, some of you. Some of you, the reason you're bored is because you're not being sugared enough and you're not getting help from partners, right? So we have both sides of that relationship. Maybe some of you picked a pile together and you're like, why is our relationship boring? So one of you will relate to being the caretaker provider, one of you will relate to being the receiver. But this is saying you have big, big goals. Don't settle here. If your partner is on level 10 and you sacrifice your level 10 for a while to be on level 5, and then that relationship never moved forward, they didn't ascend with you and keep growing, this is like, hey, maybe you can't find any connections and it's boring AF on level 5 because you're supposed to be on level 10, right? Or you will be, right? You're going to catch back up to that. So this is saying that you're going to find someone in love who they also like to just treat you. They will also have some physicality to their love language. They're going to encourage you to stand out, to be really unique in who you are. They'll be someone you can rely on when you're in down times, and they'll appreciate it when you allow them also equally to rely on you in down times. You'll have differences, but they'll be compatible. And you'll find it much more easy to communicate with them. We have Aquarius energy, Mercury and Aquarius, communication and friend energy here. So some of you were just missing friendship energy. A lot of people think it's like even a thing to brag about to not be friends with the partner. But then they get married, and after all of the hey marriage, hey kids, look at us showing off is done, they realize that they're very awkward and alone and don't know how to be with this like stranger that they marry, because they have no roots of friendship. They have no, unless something is a kind of societal kind of landmark in the relationship, get engaged, get married, have a kid, go to PTA meetings or whatever. What do we do, right? So some of you, that could be why you're bored. And so you have to establish a level of friendship, get some big goals. Don't feel like they'll harm the relationship. They'll actually really make it exciting for you and your partner if you're already in that connection, right? So I feel like there's a lot more here, but start here. And I will talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those of you who chose painting, why are you bored in love? Let's go ahead and see. Why are you bored in love? Because you're drama. You're drama, folks. We need all the attentions, okay? Into the Hollywood divas, okay? You need all the attentions, period, okay? Period. And not just, you said from the whole world. I'm done. I'm done with y'all. You said world, stop. Carry on. May I carry on with the reading? Okay. We got your diamonds and pearls over here. All right, is that okay with y'all? Okay, queens over here. So y'all are hilarious. We can have some fire signs in this group. Leo, Aries, Sag. We have some Capricorns. Capricorns are just taking over this reading. We have Saturn and Pisces. We talked about Saturn and Pisces earlier as well on the different video. Yes, okay, fixed signs. So we'll have a little Scorpio and Aquarius as well. So fire signs, Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius. Y'all are hilarious. You only want the world. Is it so much? Is there so much to ask for these folks to get it together and please you, okay? That's it. You just want a smoothie from Mars. Like, can no one make that arrangement? Boring. Three of Swords reverse. Y'all just want to break some hearts. Just eat some hearts out, okay? Y'all are hilarious. So, to be honest, you guys might play, no, I'm just sweet. I'm just waiting for my love connection. I'm just a soulmate seeker. No, you're not. You want to be a baddie, okay? You want to be out here busting up hearts, okay? Maybe wrecking some relationships, turning heads, okay? Even if you're holding on to your boo here, like this person's holding on to the tree, you still want to make sure you're snapping necks, okay? Because they're just trying to look at you coming down the street. Y'all are hilarious. Okay, we have Saturn in Libra here, Venus in Aquarius, reverse. So some of you may be the air signs who wish that you could put on the air that the fire signs do. And some of you are the air signs who've learned to rock it like fire signs do, okay? But point blank, period. You're just like, I'm just too big for this city. All right, the world doesn't deserve me. Therefore, I'm bored. Now, some of you, maybe some gossip and some things like that have backfired on you. You're probably naming the zodiac signs of the people who did it right now. And so it's made you nervous. Or maybe for some of you, you've realized the toxic side, or you're like, yeah, I am a fire sign and I realize that we can be like that. So I'm trying to chill out. But it's boring. I'd rather be bad in love, right? So yes, there's that. Now, some of you could also deal with some kind of sadness. Maybe you have depressive moments, things of that nature. And I feel like with this group, you want to make sure not to go to the further extreme where you overly detox in love and relationships, because you'll be extremely bored, yes, and it will, I don't think it's good for your mental health a lot of times with fire signs and air signs. As much as we just love them to chill sometimes, it's not good for them to chill too much and overly isolate. It can really mess them up, right? Social signs. So you guys have to keep that in balance as well. Yes, even you Aquarius, okay, you can't hold away. My little weirdos, love y'all so much. You also have your very social side, so you have to balance that more, okay? So some of you, that's what it could be. You could be very, very isolated. Now, some of you have been in extreme recovery, and maybe you haven't, although I can tell this extroverted side is you, it is part of you in love, some of you are scared of that side of yourself. I even remember because I had to learn to embrace the fire in my chart. I'm actually extremely super shy, and people don't believe me because they're like, you go on YouTube and you just talk and you do this is learned. Like I had to learn to tap into fire in my chart in different placements, right? And I was shocked when I would first, a reader would first tell me my astrology. I'm like, that doesn't sound like me at all, right? I had to learn to swim out from my Pisces lagoon and grab some fire, okay? So some of you are like that as well. You might be like, yeah, in my mind, I pretend I'm this diva me, but that's not me. You don't understand. Like, I can't. And that could be why you're very bored in love. It's because you haven't let that inner, diva. I'm spelling it with like uh EAUX, so it's gender neutral for everybody. You haven't let it out yet, honey. Okay, so that could be why you're so bored, because that side's like a big side of your expression. It's kind of like if someone has like a Mars in Leo or a Venus in Leo, but then they're like a Virgo or something like that, and so they're afraid to let it out. They're shy, and they need to let it out. Good vibes your way. So this is saying, hey, everyone has different personality styles. And some people just want to say, give it to me, okay? Bring it here. Be my fan. So you might just have to admit that yes, although it's good to make sure you do it in a healthy way and that it comes in a good way, you don't want to be afraid to compete in love, because you can be very bored on the sidelines, and you're also going to get this group, you will get very resentful. You will exhaust yourself with resentment because you'll be over here like, why did they get it? How come I don't I should have all the fans. I should have all the suitors lined up at my house, right? I should be prom queen. So you have to admit what you actually want, even from people you don't even know that you want their attention, okay? And you need to take up your space fully. You need to rock your aura. You need to go out there and show what you really want in love life and dating game, all that kind of stuff. And ask for what you want and receive what it is that you want in relationships so that you feel healthy and balanced, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right, for those who chose Hibiscus, why are you bored in love? Okay, why are you bored in love? We have some trying to come out here. 8 of Wands. What? Yeah, y'all are so cute. How are you bored in love? Because you fall in love too quickly and not them having to get the first aid kit. They had to call the street ambulance. Now you play a love song, The Cure's all playing in the background. Whenever I'm alone with you. Oh my gosh, y'all are hilarious. Over here with your wine. We got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have children of Jupiter, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Oh my god, you fall in love so quickly. And then, are you really bored in love, or you just wanted to do a love reading? Because y'all are romantics. We have a 3 of Swords reversed again in the same position, and we have Justice here. I think how you guys aren't bored, you're burnt out. I think that's the thing. Maybe you feel bored of being burnt out, but at the same time, y'all are already getting a new crush as we speak. You just scrolled and saw someone else. We have Libras here. You guys are romantics. Y'all are the romantics. This is the pile. Okay, you love love. We have strong Libra energies. Again, the type of Sagittarians who like being in love and like run towards it. Oh, they're so fun to watch. Hot mess. Could be fire signs who actually really love to just jump into love. Leo, Aries, Sag, and then the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I feel like here you're just a little burnt out, and some of you are trying to convince yourself because maybe there was some injustice in your love life. You could have, and this card goes hard, so there could have been where because of religious differences, gender differences, can you even call it gender differences? Okay, you could have just had some bigotries going on, okay? Because here we have justice for everybody coming through, regardless of race, gender, spirituality, etc. So you guys could have had here where it's a direct action, right? Taking action here. Mercury and Sagittarius speaks up for that equality, no matter what the differences are here. We had Libra card. It's like heart being hurt and sorrow because there wasn't fairness, there wasn't equality. Could also be financial differences, things of that nature. Class, different classes. Someone who was rich with someone who was poor or something. So I think you guys have had some kind of rude wake-up calls to your beautiful romantic dreamer side. And as much as you know and you trust, you're running towards people who are faithful, who do things like this and leave little love lockets on bridges, and grow wild roses and all this kind of thing. You will also see people who really are destroyers of love, who just try to go to the root of any passion and just make it perverse, who manipulate emotions. You guys have seen some really rough things. And I'm so glad that I still see you being like so beautiful in your heart, but it's also like this heart has has been to the love doctor. Okay, it's got some band-aids, maybe little maybe invasive surgeries, who knows. It's been a lot on this poor heart, right? And it's so that gives you some burnout, and then that gets boring. Sometimes we get tired of being in the healing process and not sure if we're ready to move towards a crush, or not sure if we're ready to go beyond just crush or dating level to the next level, and kind of unsure exactly where this path is going. This knight is actually paused, right? The Eight of Wands is running towards it, but then we pause, even though the knights are usually active on their horses, right? It's usually only the Knight of Pentacles that is very stoic and pausing. But here, even the emotional level, you're pausing, which is a little bit unlike yourself after the rushing into first attraction. And you're trying to make sure first, but do we have justice? Am I safe with you? Are you going to try to hurt me? Do you hurt others in the world? And then it's like, ugh, boring. Another person who hurts people in the world, who isn't spiritually evolved, who wants to use, sensuality and power and things in a bad way. Okay, next. So I think that's what gets boring. I think it gets boring to see people who take love, who give fake love, who manipulate love, see returned affection. You want someone who is literally running towards you and running towards good, like principles in love, morals in love, so that you can be free. Not to try to be boring. You're like, I am learning my lessons. I want people that are learning their lessons. I want people who don't want to stick swords in people's tender hearts and come and prey on them. Like, what? Like, what is that? Yeah. Yeah. So it's like it's like you're just burnt out, and your Ace of Cups just feels a little empty sometimes. It feels stressed. Yeah. So I think these are good decisions that you made for yourself. I really do. And I think it's just more kind of refueling your tank a bit, getting back encouraged with love. It says, not debrief, but take breaks from social media. Okay. Yeah, some of you could have really gotten drained by water signs. We have water and fire signs. You could have got very drained, or by a Libra. And it could just be again that your Ace of Cups, your romantic eyes. It's like this Knight of Cups needs to look at the Ten of Cups, which is another Pisces card. This is a Pisces card. That's a Pisces card. And see, I can get there. The Knight of Cups is meant to go to the Ten of Cups. It's not denied, right? Like this Libra card, this Three of Swords, we have the outcome of justice, right? Which is a card that you'll see connected with marriage and beautiful things. This is Venus here. So it's like you guys have the tools, but you've experienced maybe some harsh sides of yourself and trying to get where you want. This Wands card is reversed and had a tough time, right? But here's the Eight of Wands. So it's the same thing with the fire signs. It's like, man, I didn't get to experience what I want. I had a hard time. Why is it so hard, to establish love and passion in a good way with people? But look what you're meant to do. You're meant to fly. You're meant to be able to, okay, I have mutual aid, right? Which is what? That's you and your partner taking care of each other while we're in action. We don't even have to stop the relationship to do an apology, to love each other, to take care of each other, to help each other up, right? So I love the way this reading's coming out. Where literally every time we have a setback with our energy, immediately we have a higher card that is triumphing over that and giving us more love. We think we can't find a partner because of Three of Swords in the past, breakups, rejections, different things like that. And then instead, maybe divorce, we're ending up with Justice card, right? We think we can't get our Knight of Cups here. We can't get our romantic energy because we have lost sight of our ocean views, our goals, our end game. We've had a lot of Ace of Cups reverse, sadness, and we feel burnt out. But then we see that we can accomplish it, right? We can have returned affection. We have others who are learning their lessons and learning to move forward in a good way, okay? I knew it. Spectacular resolution. Spectacular resolution. We think we can't find someone who's passionate, who can move with their bodies, okay? Who's active in love and doing good things in the world, and then bam, we see that. So this was your future glimpse. More than seeing why are you bored, we touched on that, and we were getting to the roots of it, as it says, but this was more to get you guys back to see your ocean views, to see where your heart and your passions and your ideals are leading you, and to say, yes, you will have this beautiful Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups, Justice, Eight of Wands, exciting, passionate, sparkly, romantic, and just love come in, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you, Hibiscus group. Thank you for tuning in. I really have a lot of joy seeing your cards. I love to see love happening in the world in a genuine, real way. So I appreciate it. And I'm excited for your love stories. I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye. All right. Last but not least, those who chose piano. These are actually flying by very quickly for me as I'm reading this. These cards over here. And they've all had such like variety to them, so I love it. Fun topic. I have a whole list, and then I always think of something else that, oh, I should do that too, right? Or spirit will prompt me. So this one came out on the fly as I was over here recording. So here we go for piano. Why are you bored in love? We want to go ahead and see what's that about. Why are you bored in love? Let's see. We have a Page of Wands. We have a Four of Pentacles. We have a Two of Cups. These cards came up reversed in previous readings. I don't remember if they're in the same reading or in different readings. Two of Cups and an Eight of Swords reversed. Well, some of you, your partner is away from you. You do have a partner. Some of you, they could have been a bit reckless. Some of them, they could be incarcerated, or they could be held away from you because of legalities. Like they can't come into your country, they can't come where you are. There could be other things that got in the way. Maybe there's still setbacks from when the panty happened. I know I'm calling it that name to try to help with this censoring here and that they do. Yeah, there could be something here where it's like we can't get to a partner. There's something there. But you have a partner, but we can't reach them, okay? Now for some of you, it's actually like different. It's like you're not able to break into this energy of love. For some reason, your energy is very solitary. There's some kind of blockages on your actual path. Your roadway is not clear. It's like it wants to be clear, but it's not for some reason. Maybe some personal choices. Like if we're just so introverted that although we want love so deeply, whenever we have to make a decision to go towards love, we choose no. And we choose like an individual path instead. So it's like on one side there is love over here, but we just like the bridge, we can't get across it for some reason. Some of you just have like intense social anxiety, and you're very introverted, although you can extrovert, so people might not expect it of you. You could choose, when it comes down to it, you will choose to follow your own path that you're on, or to be very introverted, okay? Especially for a water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some of you just aren't convinced that it's worth making other decisions, like to kind of plan for a partner, because you feel like you don't, literally, it's like longevity and lifelong bond. You're not sure it would happen. Betrayal. Without betrayal, you think that at some point, it wouldn't work out. You might feel like people never lose that kind of selfish immaturity there. That there's like a lot of salamanders. Those are usually connected to the King of Wands, and this Page of Wands has tons of them. So you might feel like you never know how someone's going to grow and change, and they could become anyone. So it's like we have Capricorn and Cancer here kind of facing off in the reading. So there's the vibe of, should I invest in myself, which is more of a sure thing if I just use all of my passion towards my goals instead, versus investing in family and another person. Although I have this deep love on one hand, but that person can do anything at any moment. So even if you guys are in a relationship, you might notice that you keep a part of yourself very, very compartmentalized. Here it's like they've compartmentalized themselves on film, just kind of these memory lanes or whatever, because, and then like here we've closed down that memory lane. Like I don't want to, there's certain aspects of love I don't want to get into. There's certain pockets of water, certain oceans we're not swimming in until I see if you're going to be my forever partner. But then it's like, okay, then time goes by, and have you gotten closer to that partner, or are we bored but we're comfortable, or we feel safe, right? Definitely, you guys could have some Scorpio in your chart. We have Gemini reverse. Gemini is another sign that compartmentalizes. Yeah, so I think there's a over compartmentalization. I need to open up. You know, fear of opening up because it's like the whole ocean will rush in when you do that. And some of you are like, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that experience. I don't like to feel exposed. I don't like to feel out of control. Yeah. And some of you, it's kind of like you just don't feel like people are genuine. Now, some of you, what the barrier that's there again could be legalities, visas. It could also be that love is not legal in your area, in your country, in your city. So you just feel like, why should I even go there? I can't marry the person I love. I can't be with the person that I would want to be with, you know, because they don't recognize LGBT plus relationships or whatever it is. But I love the spirit world saying you'll see. Like, just try loving. We're not asking you to be inauthentic or even beyond that, unauthentic. We're not asking you to show out and have to, you know, I feel like you guys get very exhausted if you have to extrovert a lot. But this is like at some point, somewhere, you told yourself that you wanted love, which is how you found this reading. Some of you are more aware of it and you're kind of in your love energies right now, but feeling a little stuck as you try to move forward because of the barriers that were there when you were feeling a bit more closed off and introverted. But some of you, you're like, okay, I'm trying to see why I'm bored in love, but I really don't think I want love. And it's saying you definitely do, okay? And it's saying you're gonna see love win, okay? You're gonna have love in your life if you allow yourself to just like cross these bridges, connect with other human beings, allow yourself to not feel too overly exposed by interacting with others. And when you're in that connection with others, you know, take those kind of awkward pains to learn to, like, hear the bunnies, they have to learn to groom each other and interact together. And you know, some of you, it's like you literally have to get comfortable again with physical touch, giving a hug, even things like just showing your partner on social media. It could just seem so awkward to you, right? Because it's like maybe you had to work very hard for your individual self as well. And again, you don't want to be someone who you're like, oh, I'm just one of those people who's out here trying to prove, you know, I have a worthy existence by just taking some random and like, hey, look at us, right? I think you guys have a very genuine sense of like what's real emotion, what's real connectivity with others, what's real love. But this is saying you're gonna see that real love can survive and thrive and be genuine, and you can have that even with career, with family, through time. It doesn't have to be something that burns out and, you know, isn't here to stay. Hey, hey, my, you know, it's something that can last a long time. Okay, so some of you too is kind of, you don't want anything unless it is with your greatest soulmates, and that's just what it is. So I think it's good to know if you can admit to yourself, okay, I do want love, but I just want it to be really genuine. And you know, I want to be able to find ways to still be in love with life and being open to love and building in love and not being isolating and bored and, you know, Scrooge over here with the Four of Pentacles and shutting myself down from opportunities from, because we make different decisions when we're in love, right? We totally make different decisions when we're in love than when we don't. Not just about the other person, I mean for ourselves. You know, the way we feel about ourselves, the way we talk, the courage we have going into different opportunities can be vastly different. So I think with you guys, this pile is saying if you're waiting on, you know, a real connection that you know how you want love to feel for you, that's 100% okay. And that can be healthy as long as love is still flowing through your life, as long as you're not closing down your roadways, your opportunities to experience other kinds of love and togetherness and being open. You don't want to be drying up, limiting yourself, and then developing, you know, social anxieties and things like that. So that would be the takeaway I would say from here. If you're like, hey, I'm gonna wait just for the right one, I don't want to date around, and I will take the steps to date and build a relationship when I find that person, or when, you know, my partner can cross the sea and, you know, will be able to legally be here with me, that is absolutely 100% okay and can be a beautiful love story as well. We have love winning. Just remember to continue to be in love, to have romance and love, and to treat yourself as equally as you would treat yourself if you have that partner with you right now, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. I trust it was helpful. Thank you to our spirit crews coming through to help us out with the reading here through the cards. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. So let me know down below. I'm seeing 4949, which is 1111. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.